Let's try this again where I can show you guys what I put together. Okay, do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see, let me close these so we don't get interference. Okay, so my philosophy is that, here, let me pin this. We need to simplify what we're doing with new coaches and really help them get started right away with simple steps. And so you guys can see, I set up a new series of getting started, and it starts with the welcome video where basically it just welcomes them to the team, talking about our purpose as a team and what we want to do, that we're really wanting to share our journey with other people, and in that sharing, inspire them to take changes either financially or with their health. And within that first video, I want our coaches to decide what their why is. Why did they decide to become a coach? Because if we start with somebody's why, whether it's just making an extra couple $100s a month or the discount, or they have this big goal of making 6 figures in 5 years, they still have a reason for why they do the activity that we do. And it's our jobs as sponsors to make sure we understand why they're in the game, what level they're at, so we can work with them on that. So once they get their why, they'll go to step 2, which is creating the list. I think we were going immediately to the back office and these trainings and all the details, and we just kind of left this for last. And so our second step after finding out the why is having our team write down a list of 20 people. And in the video, I have a link here so that you can get to it from YouTube or anywhere, but they can click on the video, and I'll pull it up for you guys.
Hello, Laura.
Okay, and below I have a little description of what it is, but this step 2, it goes through, see if I can skip to, I go through this little list of different people to think of: family, friends, coworkers, professionals, people that their spouses are connected with. So and I tell them, get out a piece of paper and start writing names of people, and that their goal is 20 or more. And I feel like if you can't do this with them, they might just jump on it and do it right away, or maybe they just like, gosh, what do I need to do? This video helps them let's just put a list together. And anybody that's talked about wanting to make extra income or wanting to stay home. And so from each of these, it has a video that takes them through. So step 2, create the list. Step 3 is inviting to the business opportunity. And down here, you can see with the details, I have scripts for inviting to the business opportunity. I have the 7-minute intro video and how to use these videos and the things to say, when to follow up. If they have more questions, give them the 45-minute webinar, what is coaching, so that they get a little introduction of what we do. If they're interested, we give them more information that really goes through how we get paid, what our products are, our daily activities. So our coaches aren't expected to be the expert. All they're doing is sharing information and inviting people to look at the information. And one thing that Kelly and I had talked about was bringing in a third party. So you can see here, it says, once you go through and they have specific questions, introduce them to a fellow team member, preferably your sponsor. And so when someone's interested, they've seen the webinars, the intro, they've got some specific questions, let's bring in another coach or our sponsor that already has a fitness story of how much weight they've lost, or they have a financial story that they were able to make their car payment, or they were able to put their daughter in their dream preschool. put somebody that's had success with the business already in connection with this person, because our coaches are new coaches. They're not seen as experts, and their respect level won't be as the same versus somebody that we bring in that's already had success with their health or with the business. And so that's a piece that I really want to pull in with our step 3 is inviting, sharing third-party tools, and then introducing these potential coaches to another coach that's had success and has a story to share. I feel like it would also help our coaches see how we answer questions, because you know how a lot of times we're texting back and forth and you forget, but if they go through the process and see how we overcome an objection, or we answer questions, and how we, share the customer versus coach image, I think that also will train them. So after they do this, if we do this with their first 20 people, after that they can do it on their own and have the confidence and the know-how to do the business. And so that's our scripts for inviting. I did put the webinar because we have a live webinar this Wednesday and sneak peek, so I have that in here as well. So our team has a go-to place for inviting. Go away. Oop. So they can go to our page and go, oh, where's that script for inviting? Oh, okay, here it is. Inviting to challenge groups. Okay, that way you also can say, well, go to our team page. It's the first post on there. Okay. Then I have for step 4, setting up their accounts, the websites, the EFT, and announcing to the world that they're a coach. So it says in there, change your profile so it says you're a Beachbody coach. And then for posts, let's just focus on getting a workout picture or and your Shakeology. So really simplifying it so we can help them focus on the invites, sending messages, and getting people information in the beginning. And with that step 4, they can start looking into the back office trainings and creating their websites, and they can do some of that on their own, that I feel like their own natural curiosity would help them, but it's not our priority. Our priority is let's start getting information to people and start training you on our daily activities that are really simple, but if you don't ever do it and you don't know how, then it won't happen, and that fear of doing it becomes bigger and bigger. So that's what I really wanted to share with you guys. I put this together because I think with Team Cup coming up and us adding new coaches, this will make a huge impact on how we invite, even for ourselves personally. So thoughts, what do you guys think?
I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's good.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I really want to create tools that we can all use no matter where we're at. And I think a lot of us are trying to still be the expert and feel like we have to do it all. And if we just have it here for us and for our team, even growing a team, they add 2 new coaches. They're an emerald, but they're still brand new, going, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I supposed to do? They can say, oh, just go to our page and create your list, and this is what I did, and we'll have Kelly come in and she can help answer questions, right? We can really depend on each other, but still have a place to go. I felt like the self-paced training started with an hour-long video with all these details about the business that, it's awesome stuff, but it's a lot. Like, Jerry, I think you watched it right away. Did you feel like it was a lot all at once?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. I'm so glad that Jerry stuck with it and she did everything. But a lot of people, when they get overwhelmed, go, nope, I'm out of here. That was way too much information. I will never remember that. And so, and we got focused on what to post on Facebook, right? Oh, we have to do 5 posts and I don't know what to do. Well, put a picture of your workouts, put a picture of your Shakeology. The rest is family. Right? Those 2 things will definitely read through that we're coaches now. And in each video, I really made sure to talk about us being our own person and sharing our story specifically and where we are in our journey in that, because I think we try to be somebody else, or like, oh, what would Laura post, or what would Jen post? But I feel like if we just start there, that it'll be less overwhelming and fun. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. Like, oh, how's your list doing? Take a snapshot of your list, right? Let's see it. In that ratio, 1 out of 10 people, right? 1 out of 10 people that you talk to that say, yes, they're going to look at the information, and then after looking at the information, moving forward. So that's really, I'd like to implement that. And then for Team Cup, I know Elizabeth and I will put the page together again where it's all the teams and we can compete with the different Team Cup teams, and we'll ring the bell when people do the power hour, which the tracking sheet, I think I left it upstairs. Been running back and forth. But that tracking sheet has got me so organized, and I like circle people who say yes so I know who to follow up with, and the visual is so much better than the book that I was using. I didn't have to flip through. I just look at the paper and go, okay, who am I following up with? The people that it's circled. And I could see the new friends that I added, and it's so cool. I love that tracking sheet. So let's all, for Team Cup, I want us to print it out, and every week we use that, take snapshots, and we can just share how it's going. But yeah, I think that's going to be our strategy for Team Cup. But what thoughts do you guys have from your experiences of talking to people and where you're at? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is, of course, continue to, reach out to people and constantly add, invite, friend request, all that. But I, and here's a question for y'all. When y'all are running challenge groups, do you, when you're finished, do you like close them completely out and like do away with that, like remove yourself from it, and close out that entire group, remove your friends that you've or your participants, and then remove yourself? Because here's what I found. I don't. I remove the challengers, and then I've kept my group still up. So I have all of these, well, some of the, just like the last 2 groups have I removed all the people. But in looking at the groups that I have, that I've, been doing this for a while, I realized I have a bunch of groups out there that even my 5-day free groups that I did, 6-8 months ago, they're still up and still there. And so I'm going to go through all of my past groups and look at who all was in there, and maybe send them a message and say, hey, just, you crossed my mind today, and kind of start trying to form all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And just start reaching out to past ones as well, like really past ones.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea of going back to those groups. I would reach out to them, and then, I don't know, yeah, start forming again. As far as what you do with the groups, I like to keep one group going constantly for my regular challenge group, and then one for the free groups, and I just go back through, delete content and delete people, because we add from different teams and different people, so we just refresh. Okay. Yeah, but I think that's awesome, going back to them and the people that you haven't seen, especially since you've been doing this for a little bit longer, that you're going to have those people that you planted a seed a while back.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. It's about planting seeds. Adelaide's got a book about if you plant a seed, and it's about how they water it and give it attention and sunshine, and eventually they get a lettuce and a carrot. And it goes a whole nother level where like they get to eat these fruits and vegetables, but then these birds come in and want to share. They don't want to share, and so there's this big fight, but then they decide to share after all. And after they share, the birds bring in more seeds for them to plant, sow, and reap. And it's just this cool thing of planting the seeds takes a process, and you keep adding more and share your journey. I don't know. I always read the girls' books and think, oh, this is perfect for Beachbody. But Yeah, you've planted those seeds. Go back to them and making a big list of people where they're at, inviting to coaching and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. What do you think for Team Cup, Kelly?
As far as what?
Strategies or things that you want to try?
I want to figure, I tried printing those sheets the day you sent them, and I got to ask Ryan why it wasn't printing, but I want to get those printed so I can actually look at it and do that,
Yeah.
do that. And then talk to people at the office more rather than just my personal Facebook page, but reach out more on my other Facebook page now that I'm posting on that one and doing health tips and, kind of daily stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
And talk to people more about nutrition. Like, I know I want to talk to Mary for sure and see what her nutritional ideas are and what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just come work out 3 days a week and then go eat Cheetos all day, or what are you doing?
Yeah,
In your off time?
that's
Or
great.
anybody that's coming. There's another, anybody I think that buys a pass. Like, I've followed up and have said, because we're not a huge like chain gym, I can follow up with people, and I'm doing it right now. Like, how'd you like the class? How'd you like the instructor? What times work? Are you coming because of the time? Or are you coming because of the class? What can we, you know what I mean? Just in general, what can we change? And then I think my next question to the, let them answer that, which they've been doing, then give it a day and say, okay, again, because I'm not a huge gym, I really want to help you.
Yeah.
Why are you coming? What are you doing nutritionally? And then start that conversation. You know what I mean? Do the first conversation of, are you coming because of time or class?
Right.
What can we change? How do you like the instructor? And then go to the next portion. Okay, what are you doing at home? What are you doing nutritionally? How can I help you in that way? And then kind of move it into Shakeology and
that's awesome.
body proportion control or something, you know what I mean? From there.
Yeah.
I want to do.
That's great. I think that's awesome because they definitely look to you as the expert, and you're in a really great position. And that's why we reach out to professionals in the field, because you see so many people. I think that's awesome.
And that's what I am trying to do it in more of like a personal way like that, where I go to them and ask them questions rather than have them, because I kind of talked to you a little bit about it. I think it was yesterday, where not that people are afraid. I don't think I'm a scary person, but as far as like in that realm, I think it's more of like, people may not want to, you know what I mean? I have people say to me, like I had somebody even today just say, oh, were you in last Friday? And I was like, I was. And it's like, her daughter's our summer nanny. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, Kathy, you just should have texted me Friday morning and asked. She's like, well, I don't want to bug you when you're not. I'm like, you're asking me a yes, no question. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody who on a Saturday, will you come into the office, or is going through this big, long health history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, ask me, are you in the office? Or, you know what I mean? So people do that, I don't even realize, have this like fear of reaching out to me about certain things. And I don't know why. I'm not trying to.
No. I think a lot of it is they see how busy you are and they think about a lot of it is themselves. A lot of people have that something they have to overcome or something they see in themselves. And so it stops them from communicating, because they have this vision of different, where people are at their jobs and that. So I think you reaching out is really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The one I reached out to this morning, she came into class tonight, and it's somebody that I thought, I don't know. She's like one of the head people in the Cub Scouts for two of my kids. And she's like, oh, are you a chiropractor, Kelly, too? I'm like, oh my God, like, do you not know that? So I guess I just assume everybody knows who I am and what I do, and don't realize that maybe they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we run into that all the time as coaches. I've had a few people on the team that say, that somebody went and ordered. They talk about 21-day fix, and all of a sudden they go order on Amazon.
Yeah.
Instead of through them. And so like we definitely, that's why I post about Shakeology every day, because then people are like, hey, don't you do you do that, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, because I post videos, like, and they still like, right, I post every day because I know it's like McDonald's, right? We see McDonald's, I'm loving it. Disgusting stuff, by the way. That two whatever during the playoffs where you get like 2 sandwiches for $2. Anyways, we constantly have to let people know because people don't know. They're so busy at this. And even if you tell them, you have to remind them because this is going on.
Yeah.
Like people that you send them a message, you're like, yeah, I'm interested. Give me information. And then they disappear. It's because they have this going on and we have to remind them. So, I mean, that's with all professions, right? Even you being a chiropractor. And so it's, we got to put that out there. So I love it. Jerry, what are thoughts that you have? Because, I mean, you're one coach away from Emerald, right? And you've been doing a lot with sharing. You got the team. What are your thoughts?
iPad? Where was it?
I really like that new worksheet that you sent me, the 5532. That's been helping a lot because I didn't really reach out to a whole lot of people unless I was like, oh, I know you. I've been really pushing to reach out to new people.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to tell you that what you're just talking about, Amazon. Tara and I were working out just the other day at lunch, and she walked in. She goes, oh, what are you guys doing? So we're like, oh, the Master's Hammer and Chisel. She's like, oh, I was looking on the Amazon. I'm like, oh, really?
You're like, don't do it, That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're using that tracking sheet. I mean, even for me, it's like I wasn't adding enough friends and I wasn't starting new conversations with people. I was talking to the same people over and over. So, yeah. It's very cool. All right. So let's do this. We have a few people that are interested in teams. I know Allison, Shanella, and Lauren, we have that have said that they definitely want to be on a team. And then there's a few people that we're waiting to hear back from. So what I'd like to do is, Jerry, I was chatting with Christine a little bit, and she was asking if it costed anything. Have you talked to her more about it?
No, but I will. I just have to walk across the hall and talk to her at work.
Okay. I mean, do you feel like it would be okay if we just put her on a team? Because you guys are already talking to people and like,
I don't think that'd be a problem because we're also starting a little coffee shop support group starting next Monday, so I don't think she'd mind.
Okay. All right. And then Jan, do you have, I know you said you have a couple people. Are there anyone that you want to reach out to that's just kind of reignite the fire, or that you said you had some new coaches?
Yeah, actually my new coach Cody and my coach Shauna, they are on a team cup team, but they're Katie Atencio, I think that's how you say her last name.
Yes.
She was on their team captain, and I guess I don't know exactly what happened, but Dara pulled her and had to put her on a different team. And so it's Shauna and Cody and Sarah Sherrington, I believe. They're all on a team. And I think there's one other person, but they're needing a team captain. And all of them that are on that team are all new coaches. So none of them are comfortable enough to kind of take it and lead it.
Okay.
And so I gotta message Dara after this and see if she has a diamond or if she has anybody that's willing to take the lead of that team, because they need one other person. I do have another coach Betty, which I think she's in our group, I'm going to ask her. She is a discount coach and has been since I started. She's been with me. But, and she always said, I will never sell. Never, never, never. Oh, she's already has 2 people just recently that want to purchase from her. So I've been kind of walking her through scripts and stuff. And so I think I'm going to message her and see if she would like to do this team cup, if nothing else, just for the camaraderie and the connection of other team members. She is a go-getter. I don't know if you've seen her tag me in a bunch of stuff, but she's always tagging me in her Shakeology pictures and stuff. And
oh, awesome.
She's awesome. So I'm going to see if she would be willing to be on a team.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's try to think. All right, so we definitely have a team, but I think we could create one more because we have Carrie Church and then Monica just signed on, and I'm going to chat with her just to add her on. Because if Betty wants to join a team, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we would need one more person. Kelly, have you chatted with Evie or Julie or Ashley about?
No, I haven't. Evie's supposed to have this week off now, so we're supposed to talk. Ashley, I didn't hear from after her tryout, so I was going to text her. I can text her tonight when we get off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we do that? Let's reach out to those people. I definitely think we have a team, and if we had Ryan jump on a team, then we could easily make another one of with Betty and some of these other coaches. So let's reach out and see if we can create another one. I'll reach out to Allison and get her information because she's the one that's really heading it up. So I'm just going to have her be the captain.
Yeah, she wants to.
Yeah. So, but we'll just Shanella, Christine, and then Lauren from Elizabeth's team we'll put on there. And then I know Allison's been talking with Melissa quite a bit, so we'll kind of check in and see what happens there. So, okay. We'll go ahead and I'll get Allison that information for creating another team. Jen, reach out to Betty. Kelly, you're going to talk to your girls and just be like, hey, let's put you on a team.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of a fun way to kickstart.
Are we going to do a page again with kind of what to do each day type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll have a group again where we'll ring the bell. So anybody who has a Success Club point that adds a new coach that does their power hour, right? So like they track that sheet and they say, hey, I did my 5-5-3-2. Celebrate that. And then Elizabeth and the team leaders, you know, Jen will share out, let's do this today. Let's do this today.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
And I'm going to put together a live power hour, and I'd like to host it at my house so people can come over with their computers, but we're going to do it live in Zoom, where we're all just going to sit, like have our computers, we're going to have Zoom, and I'm going to say, okay, we're going to do add new friends. And everybody's going to add friends, and we can ask questions and talk about it. And then the next step will be starting conversations. And right there, like we're all just going to do it at the same time. I was thinking.
Oh, love that idea.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, we did that thing in November, but this, like, we're going to, I think what we'll do is start with our whys, why we're coaches, share our stories, and then we're going to jump in and we're going to do the Life Power Hour with the tracking sheet, with the scripts and everything from the team page. And then afterwards, I mean, we can do our dream boards or whatever people want to do, but so it brings us together like this, and we're doing this. I think that'd be really fun. So ideally, I'd like to do Sunday, because I feel like a Sunday afternoon, it's just for an hour, you know, either people come over or they hop on the computer like this, and we just like, okay, let's do our power hour. And even if they can't hop on with the Zoom, they can still get on the computer and kind of follow what everybody's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that would be pretty cool. You guys are on the call. What time this Sunday sounds like a good time?
Let's see.
Do you feel like afternoon, like late afternoon?
Probably late afternoon. Kelsey's going, oh, Kelly's saying no.
I have to be home by 3.
Oh, but I do pick up on that kind of thing.
Okay. What about like around lunchtime? What is
well, this Sunday Kelsey's she's gonna be at a college cheer prep thing, so I'll be there with her from 10. I need to look. I think it's 10 to 3 or 10 to 5. I don't remember. So I'll have to look, and I can message y'all or whatever, but
okay.
But can do whatever.
I mean, do we want to set up a couple? I mean, we could set up one like this Sunday, and then the following Sunday is Super Bowl, but we could do like the Saturday or something where just like I set aside a time, or Elizabeth sets aside a time where we're going to do a live power hour and people can jump on and join us. Or, I mean, and if you're in the area, like, I mean, Jen, you could host one, and your team and all that could come over, and, you know, you could put it live and we could join in. But I feel like that would be kind of cool where just each week we have a live power hour going and people can hop on.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone can't make this Sunday, but they can make next Saturday, they at least get the experience of a live power hour.
Yeah.
So that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look into that. So I'll create the event, and maybe we can get some feedback. Maybe we could set a couple dates and people can choose or sign up for when they want to do it. And I mean, because either way, I mean, we should be doing a power hour anyways, right?
Right.
So we would just designate that time for doing it. So, okay, cool. Well, let's cut this call because we went a little bit longer. I'm so sorry about my computer. We will figure it out. But we have a second team created. I really believe we can get a third team for Team Cup. So let's reach out and let the team know about the new welcome, like our team page, and those different videos that we have in there. I think that's a really, to be like, hey, did you see we have new videos? And it'll really help you with putting your list together, and it has inviting scripts and kind of something, a new conversation. I think that would be good. But yeah, any last thoughts?
No.
No, we're awesome. Yay. Okay, so reach out to team about Team Cup. Send me a quick message and tell me what they say, and then go get Success Club. You can do it, right? The 80-20, the last 20% of the timeline, last 20% of time, it's going to happen, okay? All right.
Yes.
You can do it.
All right.
Good. All right. Have an awesome night.
You too.
Bye.